I was inspired to write Stray Child of Hiruna based on the eruption of the La Soufre volcano, and I wanted to capture the feelings of somebody experiencing it from abroad. There's a kind of helplessness that you undergo, and I know a lot of Vincentians watching the eruption from abroad actually experience that feeling that you want to help, but you how do you actually take a hands-on approach. So I wanted to kind of capture that feeling, and that's what inspired it. And what inspires me to write generally is the human experience. It's such a joy to be alive, whether it is you experience something really traumatic or joyful or something that's to be celebrated. I do think that we all have different stories that need to be shared, and sharing and recording our stories is a way of passing on our legacy. So I think that's really important. I don't think I ever really knew that or ever called myself a writer. I started writing as a child, but I never really took on the title of writer until I started sharing my work in a formal setting. So when I went to university and I had to share my work in that regard, that is when I started taking on that title. But I've been writing since I was a child. I would say some of my favorite writers are, well, firstly, Chimamanda Adichie. I really love her work. I love Zadie Smith as well, a British author, Black British author. And for poetry, I love Lorna Goodison's work. I would say that I don't have a favorite genre, but I like writing that focuses on or centers the Black woman's experience. So whether that's African or whether that's Caribbean, anything that centers a woman's experience, and more specifically a Black woman's experience, is something that I enjoy reading. Yes, I am currently working on a collection of short stories and poems that center fertility and pregnancy loss, because I believe that this is an area that hasn't really been explored from the Black woman's perspective, at length. So that's something that I'm working on at the moment. Well, I haven't been doing as much reading as I should, but in terms of the books that I have read, I would say How the One-Armed Sister Sweeps Her House by Sherry Jones is one of the best books that I've read for the year. It still haunts me to this day. What I've been reading is Transcendent Kingdom by Ya Gyasi.